My husband is not a good father. Tough one. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to try to help you with this particular dilemma that you have. And there's a huge range of problems that come in this. And I'll be very candid. Usually, the biggest problem is that husbands stop trying to be a good father because the wife is seeing the relationship between father and child from her point of view, using her values and projecting her fears and concerns. This is the biggest problem. And the reason why it's a problem is because it's making it even worse than it is now. There's differences, huge differences, between the approach of parents. Women, by nature's design, are tied to their heart. You're all about nurturing, loving, protecting, making sure feelings aren't hurt, making sure that boo-boos are addressed right away. Where men don't live their lives that way. Men are not as tied to their heart. Their whole thing is about protection. Protecting my family, I'll kill before I let anyone hurt my child or my wife. And when they address their children, they're coming from a place of wanting the children to learn how to survive in a very tough world. Where the wife is wanting to protect the child from a very tough world. And here's the bottom line, and then we'll talk some more, but the bottom line is you need to allow your husband to have a relationship with his child that doesn't include your judgments and your opinions. He needs to freely interact with his child, feel his way, unless he's destroying and hurting his child or he's a pedophile. He doesn't want harm to come to your child any more than you do. Now, it's different when the child is a girl, and it's different when the child is a boy. When the child is a girl, he's going to want to teach her how to be a princess so he can attract someone like him to respect, to honor, to love. And you know what? It's well known in the psych community that daughters marry their fathers and sons marry their mothers. It's the role model thing. But you got to step back. Don't offer your suggestions. Don't offer your advice. When you see your husband doing something, leave it alone. Make it none of your business. And don't say, well, it's my business, that's my baby. That baby is his baby too. He doesn't have to explain everything to you. And when you put yourself in that role of where he does have to explain everything to you, you have undermined your marriage. You have lessened your husband. You have reduced him. He's there to protect you. He's there to be the man. And you're kicking his butt and using stuff that you've read in some magazine or some book, and you're demolishing him. He won't be as good a husband either. You think he'll be a good father if you tell him how? Really? Like you're the expert? Like you're the expert because you read it somewhere? Like you're the expert because you've seen your child cry? Get out of your own ego. Don't be what you're not. You to your husband should be a loyal, dedicated, loving, unconditionally loving wife. That's your role. Your role as a mother does not supersede your role as a wife. Did you hear that? Your role as a mother does not supersede your role as a wife. Let's think about this. Your children come to you, you don't know who the heck they are. They appear one day and you go, oh, my loving baby. You didn't know who they were. You don't have much influence in their lives. All you can do is protect them, nurture them, love them, give them a safe environment, but they're strangers to you. And when they're old enough, they'll be gone. And you'll be lucky if they call you. Your husband, on the other hand, is someone that you vetted. You had a list, whether you wrote it down or it was in your head, of the kind of man you would choose. You would choose to love. He had to meet some standards that you had set for the purpose of you to open up your heart to 100%, to learn to love him unconditionally. That was your promise to him, and that was what you wanted, because it's through unconditional love that we find the highest joy. So, your child is a stranger who you're taking care of for 18 years or so. Your husband is one you have chosen. The only person in the world who you used your free will, discrimination, and volition to choose to love. The only one. And now you're telling me that he's not a good father? Give him a break. Give yourself a break. You're messing up your marriage. You need to shift your thinking. I even hate to do this, but I got to put in qualifiers. I mean, if your husband is a pedophile or he beats your kid or something like that, okay, you have a gripe. But we don't ever hear about that. Oh, I take that back. Occasionally we do, but it's so rare. It's so abnormal. Just because it exists doesn't mean it happens a lot. But this happens a lot, where wives destroy their marriage by actually suggesting that their husband is not a good father, simply because you're a woman and he's a man and you don't get him and you don't get where he's coming from, so you condemn him. Get one of my books. Learn this stuff. You got married without any education, so catch up now. Learn how to be married. Work on your marriage. Your child will be fine. Sorry, I'm scolding you. And I'm not scolding you because you're bad. You just don't know. They don't teach us this. And most of the therapists out there are women, and they've got issues themselves, and so they project, and it's all a mess. You're a soul. You are unconditional love. Give that love, not just to your children, but give it to your husband. Learn to love unconditionally, and the joy will be more than you can handle. And that's what marriage is all about. All right, you can subscribe, you can like, share, you could leave a comment. But I wish only the greatest happiness in your marriage for you. Blessings to you, blessings to your husband, and blessings to your children. God bless.